if you can give a brief from your perspective, what is CMT? Okay, what is the basic structure of the exam, and how somebody can clear the exam?
Today, you have a lot of stock market or technical analysis related material online, but there's no proper structured learning curriculum available.
Correct.
CMT offers that.
See, a lot of people, I'm thinking from the audience who is coming out of college, who's just now starting their career, they've heard about CFA, they have heard about some level of FRMs. But CMT, not many people are aware.
Yeah.
So it's very niche. So how CMT is different than CFA and FRM? If you can guide us slightly on that.
CMT is fully focused on technical analysis.
Correct.
And technical analysis is a language of the market. So it's highly specialized in the stock market.
If somebody wants to prepare, based on your experience, how many months you should give to preparing for level 1 exam?
You would have heard of stock markets before, but you may or may not have heard of candlesticks or RSI or indicators or MACD before. So you need to get into the grassroots of that and prepare.
The first thing that will come to the mind is trading.
Right.
What other career opportunities are available?
CMT equal to trading is a very narrow way of looking at it. The application of CMT goes way beyond trading.
And also having a CMT certification, how does it help the audience or the students or candidates to stand out in the market? Hello guys, I hope everybody is doing good. Hi, this is Ganesh Nayak. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and become a better version of themselves. And I also help students preparing for finance certifications like CFA, FRM, CIA, and CR. Today, as a part of the podcast series, I have with me one very interesting person, Mr. Aditya Iyer, and he comes from a family of traders, stock market traders. He live, eat, and breathe technical analysis every day. And he's going to be talking about his journey into this trading side, his company Neo Trader, and also the CMT certification. So we'll be talking at the end and in between what is CMT certification, how to clear that exam, and what are the career opportunities related to it. So stay tuned with us till the end. So first of all, Aditya, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ganesh, giving me the opportunity.
Definitely. And Aditya, just for the audience perspective, if you can give a brief, I mean, what were you doing before completing CMT? What has been your passion with respect to Neo Traders and what Neo Traders doing?
Okay, so like you said, I came from a family of stock market traders. My mother, father, brother, sister, wife, everyone are traders.
Wow.
So stock market was, I would say, in many ways part of my DNA. Studied MBA, I did MBA in finance, and I started working in equity research.
Okay.
So I spent about 6 to 7 years working in the equity research fields with like a renowned stockbroker on the institutional side. Okay. Then eventually I transitioned to technical analysis, which was always my passion, and the trading world. You know, at that time when I was transitioning from my work to technical analysis, that was around the time that I picked up CMT. Okay. And that was around the time I also co-founded my company Neo Trader.
Correct.
So what we do at Neo Trader is that we try to simplify the world of technical analysis.
Correct.
We've done research on various technical analysis based indicators, systems, strategies, and we've created one software called Neo Trader that automates that whole process.
Perfect.
And gives ready to use trades and signals to our users. 2019 till now, that's what we've been doing, and very much associated with the trading and the technical analysis world. CMT and my professional work almost go hand in hand.
Right. So you cleared CMT in 2019, level 1, and then 2021, the level 2 and level 3.
Yeah.
And what I understood from the description also and the discussion that we had before, somebody who wants to do technical analysis, which a lot of people right now are doing, using YouTube and some courses, your platform will help them to identify those parameters faster.
Absolutely.
Right? And they will be able to take position depending upon that.
Yes.
Perfect. What was the reason that you moved towards entrepreneurship? I mean, because CMT is one part, because that was helping you to move from the research side to the technical side. But starting a company, what was the thought?
You know, since my entire family background and everyone like near and close to me were entrepreneurs, so entrepreneurship was something that I always wanted to do.
Okay.
And the core of it came not in a very planned way. That whole thing actually, progressively happened. So in 2019, when I set out on my own, we were trading technical systems, okay, and we were trying to create strategies where we can apply technical analysis in the long term, like for investment, for positional trading, for short and longer term investment. During that process, I figured that me and my team of analysts, all of us who would work together, we would spend hours sitting in front of the screen.
Okay.
So I wanted to create a solution that can be useful for us, basically.
Correct. Okay.
So the first version of NeoTrader, we took about 10 technical analysis based strategies, we completely automated it, and it started giving us signals. Those signals were being consumed by me and my internal team.
Okay.
And we had an amazing result with that. That simplified our workflow, that simplified our process. We got more time to spend on more productive tasks. So it was a win for us. And eventually there were our friends, people whom we had trained, the brokers that we were in touch with, all of them came and asked us whether we can have a piece of the software.
Okay.
So then we opened it out to our near and dear ones, and we didn't realize how it happened, but 2020 onwards it became like a full blown fintech startup.
Okay.
And today I'm fortunate to say that we are present across the length and breadth of the country, and over 30,000 traders across India have used NeoTrader.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now coming back to the CMT certification, because our audience also wants to understand, because I see CMT even level 1 as a first step towards entering into the technical analysis space. So if you can give a brief from your perspective, what is CMT? Okay, what is the basic structure of the exam, and how somebody can clear the exam?
Gold standard for technical analysis around the world.
Okay.
So like how you have CA, that is the authority for accounting and finance. CMT is the authority when it comes to technical analysis.
Correct, correct.
So anyone who is interested in being a technical analyst, in analyzing the market trends, in seeing charts, in observing price action or momentum, or anyone who's interested in playing the shorter end of the market, or sort of creating trend following systems.
Correct.
CMT is an amazing place to start.
Okay.
Because today you have a lot of stock market or technical analysis related material online.
Correct. On YouTube, there's a lot of people who are talking about it.
Yeah. But there's no proper structured learning curriculum available.
Correct.
CMT offers that. So you have multiple levels in CMT. You have level 1, you have level 2, you have level 3. Okay. So anyone can apply for a CMT designation. I think you only need to be a graduate, and it need not be that you have to be a graduate in finance or accounting. Any graduate can apply.
Correct.
I've seen people from science backgrounds, from arts backgrounds, even engineering backgrounds come and become CMTs. Okay. You only need to sort of be a graduate, and you need to have the will to put in the study hours.
Correct.
The application process is extremely simple. You go to the website and you apply and you pay the fees and you do it. So level 1 is the entry level. It's relatively easier. Okay. It deals with the basics of technical analysis, trend following, patterns, indicators, a little bit of trading psychology, and a lot of basics on various instruments of the market like futures, options, equities, bonds, gold, all of that. It gives you a very good overall basic grounding of what is the entire stock market about, what is technical analysis, and what are the basic tenets of technical analysis. Level 2 is pretty voluminous. Like level 2 gets into more advanced techniques. You go deep into indicators, you go deep into sort of various concepts like Elliott wave theory, cycle theory, and also it introduces risk management, quantitative side to trading. Level 3 is all about the practical application. So level 1 and level 2 are like MCP type exams. Like from level 3 you have essays. So you have like question answer type exams. So it's more about practical application. Correct. And there is a lot of weightage given to risk management in level 3, because the concept is that by level 1 and level 2 you should learn how to identify opportunities.
Correct.
By the time you come to level 3, you not only are expected to know how to identify an opportunity, you're also expected to know how to sort of manage your risk and take your trade in a responsible way so that you don't lose too much money if it goes wrong.
Correct.
And there are a lot of case studies there. There are a lot of, say, practical scenarios that you've given and you're expected to analyze like an analyst. So each level is different.
Level 3 will bring that perspective, that how you actually behave in the market.
Absolutely correct.
See, a lot of people, I'm thinking from the audience who is coming out of college, who's just now starting their career, they've heard about CFA, they have heard about some level of FRMs. But CMT, not many people are aware. So it's very niche. So how CMT is different than CFA and FRM? If you can guide us slightly on that.
So it's simple. Like when you CFA, FRM and CMT may have some overlapping curriculum, but CFA is more general finance. When it comes to, you learn about fundamental analysis, you learn about valuation and all of that. So if you want to be if you don't want to be a technical guy, you want to be a fundamental guy, you can do your CFA. CMT is fully focused on technical analysis. And technical analysis is a language of the market. So it's highly specialized in the stock market. While CFA has implications in the broader financial services domain. FRM purely deals with risk management and risk management not only in the markets but risk management across the entire financial domain. When it comes to banking and when it comes to insurance and into all of these areas. CMT, like I told you earlier, the gold standard of technical analysis. So if your passion is to read charts and to sort of follow trends in the market, and if you want to be a trader in the market, then CMT is your go-to. If you're not sure where you want to be, but you want to be somewhere in that finance domain, then I think CFA has a more generic application across the entire spectrum.
Correct. So somebody who is keen on trading should ideally focus on the CMT, because also what happens now, a lot of, when I was referring to the YouTube channel where people are learning about these technical analysis, and because they want to make money in the market, right? So they learn, they take some course, they learn, and they invest. Right now, when I heard about CMT also, what I thought that if I'm going to invest my 1, 2, 3, 4 lakhs in stock market, I should at least read it in a proper way. Okay, I will not regret later, at least. So from that perspective, I asked. So I have a few questions which are related to the exam structure, which I've already covered. So there is no eligibility for the exam. Right? Anybody can enter. Graduation level you need. And there are 3 levels for the exam. You have already talked about it. We also want to understand what was your learning journey for the CMT exam. And now let us talk only about CMT Level 1. And 2019 you appeared for it. So now suppose if somebody wants to prepare, based on your experience, how many months you should give to preparing for Level 1 exam?
So I'll break that into 2 parts. Like one, if you're already in the markets, and second, if you're a complete beginner in the markets. If you are a complete beginner in the markets, you need to at least give 3 to 4 months to prepare. Because it's a totally new topic.
Correct.
You would have heard of stock markets before, but you may or may not have heard of candlesticks or RSI or indicators or MACD before. So you need to get into the grassroots of that and prepare. So 3 to 4 months is the bare minimum for a newcomer. If you already have experience working in the market, if you are trading or investing and you are familiar with the terminology, then maybe 1.5 months can also be enough for level 1.
For level 1, okay. And when you're saying, say, 3 to 4 months, how many hours on a daily basis ideally somebody should give in?
See, if you are working, it's practically more than 1 or 2 hours a day. If you are free and if you are a student, then and if you can devote 8 or 10 hours a day, then nothing like it. Most people I meet in a CMT community are people who are already working. So I'm assuming that the people can only
dedicate 1 or 2 hours.
Dedicate 1 or 2 hours a day.
And what about the material? I mean, is there any books, material that, obviously I know CMT Association will also provide it, but apart from that, any material that people use to clear this exam?
So on the website, for every level, they release something called learning objectives.
Right.
So for level 1, they have set learning objectives.
Correct.
And all the questions from the exam are more or less centered around those learning objectives.
Correct.
Uh, CMT does provide a curriculum, but apart from that, there are a couple of books that are recommended. First one is Technical Analysis Explained by Martin Pring.
Okay.
And the next one is a book written by Murphy on technical analysis, John J. Murphy.
Okay.
These are the two, I would say, you can call it the Bhagavad Gita of technical analysis. These
Wow,
two books,
okay.
My father asked me to read this book when I was in college, and that's how old these books are, So it's timeless, and it is something that can help you not only in CMT but can also help you in your journey in the stock market. But apart from that, the curriculum of CMT is excellent. Management of CMT have done an excellent job in going and identifying the right person to write the correct chapter. Like, for example, the chapter on Elliott wave is written by Robert Prechter, who's considered to be an authority in that subject.
Okay.
There is a chapter on Bollinger Bands that has been written by Mr. Bollinger himself. No?
Okay.
The chapters on candlesticks have been written by Steve Neeson. People across the world who are best known for that subject have come in and have written the chapters. So it's like a culmination of the best authors and the best experts who've come in and written it. So
correct. Okay. So the institute provides a book, which is the main book that you
Yes.
should be referring to.
yes,
Along with that, with your interest, you mentioned two separate
Yeah.
complementary books which
Yeah.
you can read.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, I also want to explicitly wanted to focus on the career side, because what happens now, whenever somebody hears about technical or CMT, the first thing that will come to the mind is trading.
right.
What other career opportunities are available?
CMT equal to trading is a very narrow way of looking at it. The application of CMT goes way beyond trading. It trains you on technical analysis. So the very first job role that's available is that of a technical analyst.
Technical analyst. Okay.
Yeah. So if every leading bank and financial services company hire technical analyst. Every stockbroker hires a technical analyst. You would have seen that in your app or in the stockbroking platform that you might be using, you might get a daily market commentary or a weekly market commentary.
Correct. Yes.
And you might get some stock recommendations and all of that. All of this work is actually done by technical analysts.
Oh.
So every broker needs a technical analyst and her team.
Every broker, every bank.
Yeah, every bank also, because every bank, as an extension to their banking services, have a demat account wing or a broking
Securities
wing.
business. Basically.
And banks also have treasuries. And when it comes to treasuries, they have something called a long-term book and a short-term book. They hire a lot of technical analysts to look after their short-term books.
For long term, it's the fundamental guys.
It's more of the fundamental guys.
Now, so one is the technical analysis. What is the other sort of areas?
Second is a real big one right now. That is to become a quant or a quantitative analyst and work in the algo trading space. So what happens is, now I would say algo trading is exploding in a very big way in India.
In India, yes.
And every second person is looking for someone who can build a strategy. So there are two types of people who can build algos. One is if you know how to code. Second is if you know how to create a strategy, right? Most of these IT guys who are coders don't understand the market very well.
Correct.
But technical analysts actually know what combination of indicators to use in order to create a winning strategy.
Correct.
Today, coding has become very easy. There is AI tools everywhere.
Okay.
Practically, you don't even need to learn anything in coding. So that is giving technical analysts a very big advantage in today's market. Where you can use the knowledge that you've gained from CMT, create a strategy, find someone to code it or code it yourself using any normal AI tool, and deploy it in the market. And today there are a lot of people willing to pay you money to do that work.
Interesting. So quant side, second that you talk about is quant. What about more?
Then comes the portfolio management side, fund management side. You have PMS, you have AIF, you have mutual funds. All of these guys are managing money, and each and every one of them always rely on technical analysts come in and help them with the trend of the stock. So when many of these fund managers are, I would say, extremely capable themselves, but most of these guys rely on fundamentals and rely on the financial analysis of a lot of companies. Uh, they love talking to technical analysts to understand whether whether it's a right time to enter or exit a company. Now they also rely on technical analysts to make forecasts and do like analysis on various sectors, the index, to take a decision whether they need to increase allocation to a particular sector or no, or to sort of increase allocation to the market or reduce it and move money to cash. And another thing that you really learn in the CMT curriculum is to do something called intermarket analysis, to sort of study the correlations between the stock market, the commodity market, bond market and the currency market. So a technical analyst, and especially when you have a fund that is investing in multiple asset classes, technical analysts can play a key role in advising the investment committee on where the fund should be allocating more capital to.
Correct. So third career that we talk about is
Portfolio management.
Anything unique that you've seen in the market? Okay, CMT is getting an opportunity in this type of career also. Anything interesting?
Two things. One is in teaching. Okay, so you will know that today on YouTube there are so many trainers in the stock market.
Correct.
It's very difficult to sort of understand who knows what he's saying or no. When you have a CMT designation, at least you have that one stamp of authority that says that you worked hard in learning and understanding technical analysis. And that is the first level of filtration you can do with your trainer. So, and many colleges now are wanting to teach technical analysis, and they have been approaching the CMT association to identify good CMTs who can come and teach. So I know a lot of people within our community who are working from Monday to Friday and are actually taking full day lectures on weekends in various colleges, and it pays well. Honestly, it pays well. Yes. So that is one area. And something that has come up in the last 1 or 2 years is building fintech applications. With the rise in algo trading, with the rise in technology, there are a lot of fintech apps and fintech companies coming up now. All of them are looking to hire technical analysts to sort of be the face or be the forerunners for their brand. Third area I've identified is content creation. I've seen that today news channels, media channels, brokers, they want CMTs to come to make videos on how to analyze the market, or do a Nifty analysis, Bank Nifty analysis video, or a market commentary video. Like rather than relying on non-CMTs, random people in the market who would come and who would do this. So content creation across the next 10 years, you might know much more on that than me, but that's going to become a hot area for CMTs.
Very interesting. So you can basically associate with any broker or anybody, and you can basically drive their YouTube presence or drive their. Perfect. This is very interesting. Now, from the trading perspective, my one question is, how does CMT's knowledge directly helps you in the trading or analysis space in real life?
In order to trade successfully, you need to do a couple of things. First, you need to be able to identify the trend of the market. You need to know whether the market is in an uptrend or a downtrend, or there is no trend. So in level 1, you learn something called Dow theory. That's a basic tenets of technical analysis, That teaches you how to identify the trend in the market. Whether the market will go up or whether the market will go down. So once you've identified that, next thing is you should be able to identify which stock to buy. For that, in your curriculum, you learn a lot of indicators. You learn about RSI, you learn about MACD. Mainly you learn about momentum indicators. You learn about trend following.
Correct.
You learn about reversals, all of this. So using all of this gives you a framework on how to identify which stock to buy.
Correct.
And which stock to sell. Third thing is, like, once you've identified that, it is execution. You need to know at what price to enter and at what price to exit. For that, you have a lot of modules in level 2 and level 3 that talk about position sizing, that talk about risk management, that talk about various methods that you can use to enter and exit and manage your account. So this is it: identification, confirmation, execution.
Correct.
Is taught inside the curriculum.
CMT. And also having a CMT certification, how does it help the audience or the students or candidates to stand out in the market?
आपकी नाम के आगे कोई भी अल्फाबेट डाल दो, it improves your value, okay. So first thing that it does is it gives you respect in the market, okay. Like initially you told me that like CFA was very well known, CMT is niche. Absolutely, like CMT is niche, but any stock market facing person in any company will always know what is CMT. So when you're going to walk into a job interview, maybe you may have to convince the HR and tell the HR what CMT is. The moment you have someone from the research team or the training team or the dealing team, they'll instantly know the value of CMT. So your impression itself becomes better, one. And secondly, say you have a couple of guys, one has done an MBA in finance and another guy has done an MBA in finance with CMT. It's always the guy with CMT who will get an edge, because he or she knows how to time the market or how to analyze the market over and above analyzing a company or analyzing its financials.
Okay.
So that holds more value in today's day and age, because I've been an MBA in finance also, and I've done CMT, and I did my CMT many years after I completed my MBA.
Correct.
And if I had done my CMT earlier, it would definitely have been much better for me compared to when
you were actually doing the job.
Yeah.
Now, two final questions.
Yeah.
What are the major challenges you faced while preparing for CMT? The first question is that.
The only challenge, time management. Because we all have busy schedules, you're working, you have family, your wife, mother, father, some friends, all of that. In between all of that, you have to go back and manage. For students, it may not be so difficult, but at least for me, I gave my level 3 exam, I think 10 years after I completed MBA. So I had not studied for 10 years,
Okay.
So that was, like leaving studies, getting into professional life, and
correct.
And then coming back into education and studying again. That's, it takes some time to get used to.
Correct.
But of course, the only way around it is hard work. You need to commit to say that I will give like 1 hour before I go to office, 1 hour after I get back home from office.
Correct.
That is something that is a non-negotiable. If you can do that, I think most of your problems will be resolved.
Right.
And the second problem that a lot of people face, because I'm also part of the Discord community of CMT, where I like to try and answer a lot of questions. The chapters are really long, so you don't understand what sort of what sort of questions can come from the chapters. So so it's very important to keep giving mock exams, like writing mock tests, so that you get an idea as to what sort of questions can be asked, so that while reading the chapter you know what to what to give more weightage to and what to give less weightage to.
Okay. Wonderful. You mentioned about facing the time ka challenge.
Yeah.
How did you manage to balance that?
Man, it was tough. Yeah, I had to sacrifice a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
I would wake up early. That was the only way out. I was not a morning person at all. I was like a guy who just wakes up in the last moment. 9:14, I'm in office. When at 9:15 the market is going to start. But that forced me to be a morning person. I would wake up at like 6:30, study till about 8 in the morning, and then leave for office. And I would come back from office and spend 1 hour a day at night.
Okay. And one of the next question was how to clear. What are the strategy? So one you mentioned is the solving more mock papers. Anything else that you feel?
Yeah. One thing that works really well is to sort of understand the learning objectives and understand what chapter has how much weightage. So if you go to the CMT website, they've mentioned for each exam, and that like what weightage a certain topic has.
Okay, correct.
So, like for example, risk management will only have say maybe some X weightage in level 1, but risk manager is very high weightage in level 3.
Correct.
So when you're studying level 1, open the PDF and see which chapters have the most weightage.
Correct.
And ensure that you are very thorough with those chapters. And you've like sort of read them at least 10 times. If you're finding something that is very tough and you're seeing कि उसका weightage उतना नहीं है, then you can sort of take it easy. So depending on the weightage, if you're
smart study,
that's it.
Perfect.
On the weightage.
Now we are actually entering into the rapid fire section. One question immediately you have to answer. Okay. First question. One must have skill for a market analyst.
I think curiosity.
Okay, perfect. CFA or CMT, which suits traders more?
Of course, man, CMT. This is like asking me.
This is the biased answer.
No, this is like asking me for a cricketer, a cricket bat or baseball bat is better. Okay. Definitely the cricket bat.
Yeah? CMT is better.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Third question. What drives a portfolio manager's decision?
This is a tricky question. In what way? You mean
whether I'm going to buy or whether I'm going to sell?
I think it should be the trend of the stock. I would say the trend
of the stock. Okay.
Yeah.
Analyst or a banker, who earns more?
Okay. To be honest, banker always makes more money.
Okay.
But analyst gets more sleep.
Okay. Wonderful. Best tool for finance students to learn?
I would say take a professional course. Don't go on YouTube and try to learn from free resources. Take a paid course, do a paid certification, and enroll into a structured learning, whatever it is, like wherever it is.
Okay. Yeah. And plus newer trader ka app.
Yes.
So wonderful. I mean, this was a very good conversation, Aditya. I mean, a lot of audience are not aware about CMT, or they might have some myths about it. I think so. This podcast, and we're going to be bringing more such podcasts focusing on CMT careers, which will help the audience to get the enlightenment and also to help them to take decisions. So thank you again, Aditya, for taking out time. And
thank you so much, Ganesh. And I'll tell you that you're doing a wonderful job in guiding the next generation of traders and investors. And we need more people like you in India who can carry the light and improve investor education in this country.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.